Now, we welcome back to the show, after a long hiatus, James Blair, senior political advisor to President Trump, and we think keeper of the midterm political scrolls. James, welcome back. Good to see you, my friend. So one of the things I always read about you and the other high command on the political side from the 24 campaign, this idea of low propensity voters turning out, which was a huge thing in the presidential. And I'm sure, and I want to get your view on that, you're going to try to do the same thing, bring them out in the midterms. Now the question is, on that subject, on the economy, on this Mondami socialism, on anti-Semitism, James, how do you do it? How do you draw the contrast? How do you win the midterms for the GOP?
Well, it's pretty straightforward. You have to give them something to vote for. You have to give them a clear choice. You know, what's interesting about these voters, Larry, and it's great to be back, is they're not super politically engaged. They don't really want to be involved in politics on a day-to-day basis. They're sort of actively avoiding it. And so when you take somebody, and that's okay, they've got, you know, normal lives. They're working, trying to go about their life. And when you have someone like that, you have to communicate to them what is the difference to their life if Republicans control the House, or Republicans control the Senate, or Democrats control the House or the Senate. And that's a little easier in a presidential race because you've got one candidate who's for one thing and another candidate who's for another thing. But obviously, you know, it's a little bit different in the House and the Senate. So it's about giving them a value proposition, giving them a reason to vote, and drawing that clear contrast on the other side. So, for example, something like in healthcare, Republicans want to pass legislation that holds the big insurance companies accountable, that forces them to disclose their profits, forces them to disclose the percentage of claims they're denying, forces them to just have plain English to compare plans on their website. These are all things in President Trump's great health care plan. The Democrats aren't for any of that. In fact, they oppose all of that. What they're for is just continuing to take billions of taxpayer dollars and pump them straight into insurance companies. You talk about socialists. Well, it's the Democrats that have been enriching big corporations on the back of taxpayers who are not making health care any better. That's something Republicans want to put an end to. Republicans want to hold those big corporations accountable. Democrats don't want to do that. So you take a message like that to these low propensity voters and you say, look, if you don't vote, that's like voting for Democrats. And you're going to get one of these two outcomes. What's it going to be?
So, James, you know, it's very sensible, but so, look, the issues on the president's polling is improving. His approval ratings are improving. Fabrizio shows it, McLaughlin shows it, other people show it, not just those guys. But not yet on the economy and not yet on affordability. So I want to ask you about that because I'm for a very large, fat budget bill, reconciliation, whatever. Why not go ahead, give people something to hang their hat on besides socialism and all this left-wing nonsense from Mondami and so forth? Why not have waste, fraud, and corruption? You're going to take back the funding for those programs. It's a very popular issue. Certainly, how about some middle-class tax relief? You know, for homeowners, for mortgage, for empty nesters who don't want to pay inflation capital gains, why don't we index it? They'd love to do that, and you'd help the housing situation. And then you, of course, have the ultra-popular voting rights, you know, real ID issues and citizenship. Somehow, to me, if you don't get that stuff through, even messaging it, James Blair, it's not going to help you that much, if at all.
Yeah, look, I totally agree with you. We need to do those things. But the fact is we're running on those things. A lot of that work is already being teed up in this Congress. It won't all get done. We need to bring Republicans back to finish the job. As you said, we're trying to stop the ripoff of taxpayers to the tune of billions of dollars through waste, fraud, and abuse. We have a task force led by the vice president for this. The Democrats are against that. In fact, last year when we tried to put in a bunch of new measures to stop the defrauding of Medicaid, to stop the defrauding of Medicare, every single Democrat in the House and Senate voted against it. We want to continue to lower taxes for middle and working class people, whereas the Democrats voted for a $4 trillion tax hike last summer and are campaigning on raising taxes. This is the clear split screen that we have to drive home for the voters in the midterms in each of these districts. And I think if we do that, Larry, I think Republicans are going to be successful. Democrats are way out of step with the voters in this country. They are far to the left. They get a lot of cover from the media. that says their positions are different than they actually are. But when it comes down to the voting record, when it comes down to what they're doing in Washington, they are radical, they are far to the left, and we just have to make that choice clear to the voters, and we will win.
So the last one, James, of course, the scourge of anti-Semitism and, frankly, hatred and bigotry of any kind in this great country of ours on our 250th anniversary. But particularly what you see from what I call the Mondami socialists, which is, I believe, animated by anti-Semitism and a hatred of our ally Israel. But it could spread. Hatred has a way of spreading across many different areas. I am hoping the party, the GOP, will fight hard on this, James. Don't dodge it. Go for it directly. Americans are not haters. This group may be, but most Americans don't want to hate.
I totally agree with you. We shouldn't shrink from saying the right thing and doing the right thing and for standing up for what's right. But it is important to point out that this goes further than anti-Semitism or Israel or any of those things. If you look at this woman that was just won the nomination in New York, one of his candidates, she ran in an organization at Columbia called CUAD or CAUD, whichever it is. And one of their explicit goals is to bring, their words, not mine, their words, is to bring the Palestinian resistance to America and use it to translate that into social unrest and violence in America. That is an explicit stated goal of the organization a soon-to-be member of Congress ran. This is far past anti-Semitism and Palestine, Israel. This is about breaking down the fundamental structures of America and bringing violent revolution to America. That is what the far left of the Democrat Party wants, and that is what we are actually fighting against.
Well, I hope I hope you spur the leaders of the party to go out and talk about this. I just think it's I know their economics are awful. I know they hate America, most of them. They certainly won't help us celebrate the 250th anniversary or wish us well for the next 250 years. But with all of that, James, taxing and wealth damaging, but with all that, it's the hatred and the bigotry. It's anti-Jewish, it's anti-Israel, but it's anti-America. And you got to call them on it, James. Our leaders have to call them on it constantly.
I agree. We've got to be big and bold and do what's right.
Yes.
And you know what? Good always wins in the end, Larry. So
You're right.
long as we're proud, we will win.
Yes, good man. James Blair, thank you, my friend. Appreciate it. Good luck
Thanks.
on the campaign trail.